Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy here. Let's talk Married at First Sight San Diego, season 15, episode 10, Moody Month Anniversaries. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, and then hopping into the comment section so we can talk about everything that happened on tonight's episode. Trying to get to 6,000 by my birthday, which is the end of the month on the 27th. So if you're typing in my name still every single week, every single video, hit that subscribe button. All right. So before we go any further, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to everybody that sent a super thanks last week. So to Natasha, Genty, Geraldine Williams, Claudia Cornejo. Huge thank you to you guys. Also to the Cash Apps and the Venmos that wanted to remain private. They didn't want their names listed. I respect it. Thank you to you guys as well, because you guys do not have to do that, but you do. So I truly appreciate everybody that watches and shares, thumbs up, comments, all that stuff. Any way that you support the channel, I truly appreciate you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with Krysten and Mitch. Not a lot with them, but enough. Okay, so Krysten meets up with her friend to go candle making. She's talking about how Nate kind of freaked out when she said that she wanted to flip homes, and he just talked about the negative aspects of it, and that kind of made her feel away. She feels that she's constantly having to suffer in silence, basically, because of how he feels about different things. So she's ultimately worried about how her parents are going to react, or how they will feel if Mitch is not treating her the greatest. And that's a real concern. Girl, this is all. How do you feel about Mitch not treating you the greatest? Bump what your mama think and your daddy think. How do you feel about it, Krysten? That's what we need to get to the root of. How do you feel about what's really going on in this marriage, right? So she feels that she is just going to continue being the absolute best wife that she can. And she's going to hope that that pulls out the best version of him. And if it doesn't, then she'll have to say no. I don't like that. I feel like he should be wanting to be the very best husband that he can be as well. So I think I have an issue with the fact that she feels like I got to be the very best person. That she basically has to be the perfect wife. Not only the perfect wife, but the perfect wife for him. When his disdain of single-use plastics and his pouches of trail mix, and the craziness that he does, the filthy shower, is always going to come back to the filth. Always. So I just kind of feel like Krysten is I don't want Krysten to kind of lose herself. I'm sure that Mitch is a very nice guy, outside of the crazy environmentalist that we're seeing, but I don't want Krysten to have to give up too much of herself because she's trying to fit into a mold of what will make Mitch comfortable, what will make Mitch happy. You know what I mean? So she also claims that she's happy right now. Girl, are you? I just feel like Krysten is settling, and it's hard to see. You hate to see it, but Krysten is settling. Girl, you are not happy. You're not happy, and you know you're not. But if you want to tell this lie, power to the people. So we see Mitch is playing with Luna and putting his feet in Luna's face. The dog is whining. Krysten was like, she doesn't like it. And he said, oh, what do you mean, oh? What do you mean, oh? The dog was saying your fucking feet stink, because I know they were dirty. Mitch ain't never got a sock on, so you know his feet are dirty and his feet stink. Anybody that just walks the ground, just walks the earth like that, and I get that grounding is a thing. I read. But I just feel like Mitch, everything about Mitch looks musty to me. He looks like he just has a stench. Right? So Stasha comes over. Mitch and Krysten are going to go away for their month anniversary. So Stasha, who knows that Nate wants a dog, eventually offered to babysit the dog. So Luna initially, I thought Luna was growling, but Krysten was like, that's just how she breathes. Because Stasha was like, what is that? What's that noise? But Luna went and kind of jumped in, like kind of jumped on her leg. So Luna was like, you all right with me, Stash? So Luna's ready to go for her sleepover. Stasha was getting shown how to clean her wrinkle and a list of Luna's schedule. And it's like Luna got a lot of stuff going on with her. But if anybody's going to take care of that dog, Krysten knows that Stasha is going to take care of that dog because Stasha is a person that doesn't want to fail at anything. So I know that when Stasha got back to the house, she was like researching that dog. She offered to go buy the dog some treats. I was like, girl, if you don't get some treats out of her cupboard, don't buy nothing extra. Whatever Krysten packs up, that's what Luna's going to get that day. So they go on with their dubbing as a romantic trip, okay? They go and they do some yoga. Mitch couldn't wait to take his shoes off. He couldn't wait to take them to get them feet out. Couldn't wait. So Mitch goes in, and while they're doing the yoga, he is grunting and groaning and yes, Lord, woo! Like he's doing all that type of stuff. I've done yoga before. You're not supposed to be loud like that. I've done a couple different types of yoga. You're not supposed to be loud like that. So Krysten is laughing because it's kind of like, because like you can tell that Krysten is like low-key embarrassed. She's low-key embarrassed, but she's laughing. The yoga instructor is looking like, oh, okay. Mitch said that after class, grunting and groaning is to release tension. He said just like in a marriage, you're grunting, you're pushing yourself to the edge, you're finding out your spouse's edges and all that type of stuff. And he makes a very poignant he makes a very like poignant is it metaphor or simile to marriage? That Krysten, you can tell that she was just like, oh, okay. Because Kristen's not feeling him. She's not. So they go back, when they get back to the apartment, they get back to the apartment and they get the wedding box. And Mitch was like, if you zoom in, you can see my Band-Aid. We don't have to zoom in. We see it. The way Krysten was like, oh, I see it. Because that's how I was feeling too, girl. We see it. Don't worry, Mitch. But they kind of go through. They look at their pictures. They read their vows. Their pictures actually look a lot nicer than I thought they were going to look. Sans the Band-Aid. I was also like, oh, so the photographer couldn't, like, edit that out? Okay. So, at the group dinner later that night, or later in the episode, they're going around kind of asking each other, like, what have you learned from the marriage so far? How's your marriage going? Mitch said that it's been demanding and difficult. He's never lived with a woman before, so this is a huge leap of faith for him. He then goes on to say that he wasn't even sure if he had the capacity to be a husband, but, he's kind of pushing through. Krysten was like, okay, you're an incredible man, okay? You're incredible, babe. And I know that you're trying. Krysten wants to acknowledge that he is trying, right? And I like that she did that first and foremost, because I don't want to come in here and shit on you. I want to acknowledge that. I want to acknowledge that I see that you're trying. I receive it. I appreciate it. Like, we in there like swimwear, okay? You're trying. However, she is questioning some of the things that he says at times. So she's asking, why did you sign up to be married if you didn't know if you had the capacity to be a husband? This is water today night, y'all. Why did you sign up to be married if you did not know if you had the capacity to be a husband? And I feel like that's a real last question. Mitch has made several comments over the past 10 episodes in reference to not knowing if he was ready, not being ready, kind of going out on a leap of faith, not being in a relationship. Like, why did you do that? And she said that she feels forgotten in the marriage at times because people are constantly congratulating him, constantly, marking his progress, constantly bigging him up for like the little things that he's doing when she's the one that's doing all the compromising. She's the one that's making all the concessions in the marriage. And she wonders, when am I going to get to be motherfucking Krysten, right? And when, I can't too much pressure on Mitch. I can't do too much on Mitch. You got to walk on eggshells around Mitch. And you can tell that, I think in that moment it sunk in for him. Because he kind of made a face that was kind of like, oh damn. Like, I really feel like in that moment when she was saying that, he felt it. I think that was like a wake-up call. I don't think they're going to last. But I do think that was a wake-up call to him that, like, maybe I am approaching this the complete and utter wrong way, right? So she said that she feels like she's going to snap soon. She said she's putting in a lot of the work, and emotionally, she was prepared for this. She said she came in ready to be a wife. So the fact that you came in not knowing if you were ready to be a husband, that's upsetting to her, that's troubling to her, as it should be, because that's not fair. That's not fair, and it makes me wonder, why did you sign up, Mitch? Why did you sign up? Did you tell the experts you were questioning your capacity to do this? Like, how did this happen? Do we still have experts on the show? Do we? It has been over a month, and they have not met with Dr. Pepper. So he tells her that he wants her to be her true self. He wants her to know that you don't have to tiptoe around me. I want you to be open with your feelings. I want you to tell me how you feel about different situations. I want you to vent. I want you to do all of that stuff. And I'll be here to support you, and I got your back. And I said, look at Mitch. You see what happens when you put on grown-up clothes? You put on a hard bottom shoe. You put on a shirt you take a bath. You see how you can change your whole perspective, Mitch. Mitch did not look dirty tonight. Mitch looked very clean. I wrote that down. Mitch looks very clean tonight. I feel like Mitch really heard her too. I feel like this was a moment where Mitch honestly and truly did hear her. And I'm hoping that because he really did and truly hear her, that he is going to make some strides to like not be so unmoving. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that t-shirt from last week, that really pissed Krysten off, as it should have. I don't care what y'all say in the comments. He can put on a shirt. He can put on a shirt. And for people saying it's not a big deal, if it's not a big deal, he could have put on a shirt. Right? Okay. So let me know what you guys felt about Krysten and Mitch. Do you think that Mitch really, really heard Krysten tonight at dinner? Do you think that Krysten is going to finally snap? Because I don't think that wasn't snapping yet. I think Krysten still got some snappage left up in her. So let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.